Hey, what's up, Epic Gamers? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making a Twitch banner, and as you can see, it's going to be Apex related. So I left you guys a GFX pack in the description below with everything that you're going to need for this project, including anything Apex related. So what you're going to do is you're going to download that file, and you're going to open it in Photoshop. You can open up the PSD file, so that way you have the folder here, including all the assets. Now what you're going to do after that is you're going to click on New. You're going to switch it to pixels, make sure it says pixels, not inches or anything else, and set the width to 1920 and height to 480. The reason for this is because widescreen monitors. 1920 is so that way it stretches better and it fits better. Make sure that the background is transparent and click create. Alright, with that created, now what you're going to do is open up the folder again and move Kings Canyons Cascades into that new area that you've created. And you're going to increase the size, make it look nice, however you want, and confirm that you want this in your project. Now, here's something I forgot to tell you. What you're going to do is you're going to open up that folder again. Oops. Turns out I forgot to put it in here. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So I've added the background to the folder now, so that way you guys have access to it. What you're going to do is you're going to drag it on, and you're going to make sure that it fits. There we go. Drag it up, make sure it looks nice. You want that nice gradient look. You're going to move it down so that way Kings Canyons Cascades sits above it. Now what you're going to do is make sure you have your pencil selected. If it's not, right click, select pencil. Now what you're going to do is going to very precisely mark that, get a nice slant. And this part doesn't have to be even, of course. Boom. With that being said and done, you're going to right click, make selection, keep the feather radius to 0, and now what you're going to do is you're going to shift Control I to invert the selection. Now that that's been done, what you're going to do is you're going to move down here, and this right here, this little square with the circle in it, that's going to be your layer mask. You're going to add a layer mask. Once you've created that, you're going to hit Alt and click on the layer mask. As you can see, that's black. It's not supposed to be showing. I just realized I made a mistake. Give me 1 second. Alright, now that you've done that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to head over to Kings Canyon, right click, head to blending options, and what you're going to do is add a color overlay. What we're going to want is a nice bright red. Alright, once you've done that, we're going to lower the opacity to, I'd say, about 50%. And that's starting to look very nice. Now we're going to add the Wraith. So head back into the GFX pack, and we're going to add the Wraith portal. Alright, if you are having difficulty seeing, make sure that you hit C and zoom in. Now what we're going to use is the background eraser tool. So head to eraser tool, right click, and click on background eraser tool. Don't forget to rasterize. Alright, so as you can see, this picture is very distorted with a bunch of pictures, or a lot of pixels that are not exactly co-aligned. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the limits to find edges and tolerance to 40%. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go around and just start getting rid of all these colors. As you can see, it's not really getting rid of it too well, so we're going to raise the tolerance up to 50%. You're just going to make sure to get every edge around this to make it much more simpler and easier to extract it once you're done. Alright, once you've done all of that, what you're going to want to do is hold Control and left click on the Wraith portal thumbnail, and it's going to select it. Alright, with that done, you can go ahead and delete this layer because you don't need it anymore. Make sure you have the copied version selected and hit layer mask. Now what you're going to do is alt left click on the layer mask, and you're going to select the brush, alt right click to resize, and what we're going to do is make sure you have black selected. Just go ahead and paint this all in. Now, to make this much more simpler, I'm going to go to Overlay and set the flow to 20%, 20 to 30%. There we go. Just make it much more fine. And it won't be intrusive on the white. Alright, now what you're going to do, hit X to swap to white, and do the exact same thing on the inside. Alright, with that being done, go ahead, alt left click. You can see now you got a nice portal. Let's go ahead and zoom out, fit to screen, hit V to select. Now we got the portal here. Looks nice, looks nice. Just set it up right there. Head over to the other tab that you have opened with the PSD package. Open Legends, scroll down, and then select Wraith 1 or Wraith 2. I prefer Wraith 1. Gonna drag her over here and add her. Now what we're gonna do is hit Control T, Alt, left click to resize her. Let's do, that looks fine. Right click, flip horizontally. Now make sure that you've selected and installed all the fonts that are in the package that you've downloaded from my description. Now what you're going to do, hit T, make sure you have Apex MK2. What you're going to do is type in your name, of course. Control T, Alt, left click. Looks kind of basic. What do you think? Let me go ahead and go to the text properties, advanced. Okay, it's italicized. Make sure that it's italicized. This is also an option you can do, lowercase. Doesn't look bad. V, select, Control T. I'd say that right there looks fine right there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to open the package. Well, one more thing. We're going to add T, more, stay connected. Control T, Alt, resize. Actually looks fine right there. So let's go ahead, select your name, Control T. Oops. V, select, Control T, move it down. Alright, that looks nice. Could open up the folder, open up social media, and just drag out the social media. Let's start with Twitter. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Control T, Make sure it's just the right size. Right there will do. Then we'll open up Instagram. Awesome, awesome. And then Twitch. All right. All right, now you can hit Z. Whoops, fit on screen. It's starting to look really good. Now what we're going to do, hit V. Make sure you have white selected. Going to hit on the rectangular tool, or U. We're just going to create a little rectangle. Hit V. Let's move it around. Oh yeah, that looks good. We're going to hit Control J to duplicate and move it over. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's move the left one over some more. There we go. To make this much more simpler, we're going to go ahead and control click on all of these right here. All of this. And we're going to hit Control E to merge. And just make it, oops, hold on, Control Z. And then make sure you control, select stay connected as well, and merge that in. And then we can just move this around. Oh yeah, that looks good right there. Now, as you can see, we're getting there, It's looking pretty nice. Now what you want to do to add more style, you can go down here, click on add new layer. And then what you're going to do is select the brush, X, make sure it's black, resize. Oh, I feel like that's not, here we go. I forgot, make sure that you set your flow back to 100. And instead of overlay, you put normal. Bam, just like that. And what you're going to do is mess with the opacity. I'd say about 50% looks good. Now what we're going to do, create a new layer. This time swap it out with white. We're just going to add a little, whoops, maybe too big. Little light there. Mess around with the opacity. Oh yeah, 39% right there. That looks fantastic. All right, with that being said and done, we're going to go ahead, head over to the next tab. We're going to close the legends. Scroll down, open up the GFX assets. Scroll down to GFX asset number 17. I really like this one. This is the one I used. Let's go ahead and drag this in. Control T, Alt click, make sure it fits perfectly. Zoom out. Control T, make sure that we can get it perfect. All right. That looks nice. We're going to do head to blending options. Select color overlay. And we want a sort of Wraith portal look. So let's go ahead and select this right about there. Boom, 100%. Oh yeah, that's starting to look really nice. I'm going to head over to the text where your name is, right click, blending options. And we're going to add a gradient overlay. Let's drag the fill opacity down a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Yeah. Alright guys, and as you can see, we have a very minimalistic Twitch banner YouTube banner, etc. And it looks very nice, not too much work. And once you've done this, you can pretty much change anything that you want to it. Now, you can easily make something even better than this using the tips that I've given you. And if you ever want, like, I don't know, a tutorial on how to make something better, or you want like a much hardcore banner, then I will make a video on that. But as you can see here, this is very simple, minimalistic, and anybody can do. And it includes all of your social medias. I mean, who doesn't want to brag, right?